Hello celestial beings, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Celeste Simone. Shout out to all of the new subscribers. I've noticed I've got quite a few new subscribers recently, and I'm super grateful that you have chosen my channel to subscribe to and that you are enjoying my readings, hopefully. And to everybody else who is still subscribed, thanks so much for sticking with me. Here on my channel, I offer spiritual guidance to empower my celestial beings and heart-centered energy healing to help you align with your higher self. So if that is something that you are interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our family of celestial beings. Today's reading came as a personal request. I got a comment on one of my posts a while back where I was just kind of asking what you'd like to see. Somebody requested any type of messages from spirit guides and angels. So today we are going to focus in on some really high vibrational messages from your angels. So I have 4 piles here for you. And if you're as excited as I am to find out what messages your angels have for you today, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and let's dive into these piles. Pile number 1 is the Quartz crystal. Pile number 2 is a Fluorite crystal. Pile number 3 is the Chrysocolla. And pile number 4 is the Bumblebee Jasper. Now's your opportunity to pause the reading if you need to. Take as much time as you need to see which pile or piles most resonate with you. Once you have found your pile or piles, you can head on down into the description box below and find your timestamp for your pile. I'm not going to waste any more time. I am just so excited to be back and diving into messages for all of you. So I will see you over at your reading. Hello celestial beings who chose pile number 1. I have a pile right here with the quartz crystal on it. So I am going to set your stone aside. We'll just put it right here so that we can dive into your tarot cards first. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse, and I'll be reading these facing you. The Strength card in reverse. 5 of Swords. King of Cups in reverse, and then we have the 6 of Swords. This is a time of transition. It's a time of healing, release, and I do also want you to know that you will recover. You will feel better. Your angels are really addressing how much inner strength has been needed for you. I feel as though some of you may have been hurt by somebody who you care about deeply with the King of Cups, somebody who let you down. And this has been very strongly affecting you. Maybe it's very hard to kind of go through your day-to-day and focus, you know. It's difficult to work through your everyday life and not think about this. And I almost feel like for some of you this is very fresh, and that's why your angels are wanting to address this. They're wanting to let you know they're here with you and they're helping you through this, and that ultimately this is going to guide you to a better place. Even if it means for some of you, leaving this person, it's almost as though somebody who kind of gave you false notions, pretenses about who they were and what they were offering you. This could be a relationship where somebody, came into your life and made it seem like everything was great or everything was fine, and then suddenly they're turning on you, or they've become a different person. Something unexpected, happened. And for many of you, this could be a relationship. It doesn't have to be, but either way, this has been difficult. And I think sometimes it's so healing for the cards to reflect back to you, even though it's, even though the scenario that's being shown here is one that is upsetting or hurtful, that are coming out in the cards, to reflect back to you something you're feeling, it can be so healing to see that in the cards, because it's almost like the universe is saying, we see you, we see what you're going through, and your angels are saying you're going to get through this, you're going to heal from this, you're going to grow from this, and actually you're going to transition. And that's really the message here, is you're going to transition to a better energy, a better situation in general. The Six of Swords is moving on, it's moving forward, it's moving to the opposite shoreline, where you can see always in the Six of Swords, they're moving towards new heights, greater heights. You could see that represented in the mountains that are off in the distance. The water that she is like rowing herself across the shore through the water, and it's somewhat turbulent water. There's some waves here. It's representative of the emotions that you are moving through right now, but that you're going to get through, and you're going to make it to the other side, and realize once you get to the other side of this situation, that there's a better life waiting for you. There's a better scenario, situation, whatever, however it'll appear for you. Your angels are letting you know there's something better on the horizon here. You just have to get through this difficult time, this difficult moment. You have the strength to do it. And with the strength being in reverse, to me, this is like inner strength, inner turmoil that you're having to overcome. It's difficult, you know, it's not an easy situation to get through. But from this challenge, like I said, you will reach the other side. You will rise above. You'll find greener pastures on the other side of this, okay? So your angels really wanted to go there with this group and just let you know, like, listen, they see you, they see what you're going through, they're rooting for you, and they're watching you make it through this. They're even guiding you intuitively to help you get to those greener pastures. Okay, group one, I'm sending you so much healing energy right now. I'm gonna send you, I feel like, really divine love energy that could be so healing. So if you want to put 3 pink hearts in the comments below to accept that energy, that's kind of how we do it here on my channel. If you are interested in receiving the healing energy that I am sending, that I am embedding in this video, no matter when you receive it, you can accept this energy from your angels, from your higher vibrational guides. They're here for you. They're sending divine love. They're backing me right now. I'm getting the chills. Oh my gosh, let me know. Do you guys feel any of that energy in the comments if you feel guided to, if that resonates with you? All right, let's keep going. I do have some oracle cards to pull as well, with some messages from your angels. What other messages can we give to group one as they're working through this, as they're making it through this difficult time? You will heal from this. You will. All right, what do your angels want to say? Union. You have seen and unseen allies. Draw upon their strength. Join forces with friends and flourish. So you may not realize yet in this moment, just yet, but your guides are saying they're there for you. They're saying they're guiding you towards unions, connections, friendships, maybe even romantic relationships in your future that you may not realize you have. Like, you know, people in your life who are allies, who can help you during this time. You're going to find those people. They're going to be better connections for you than whoever this person was who caused this pain. They're going to be better connections. You're going to be so grateful for those allies versus trying to maybe, you know, be with somebody or interact with someone who does not have your best interest at heart. So they're saying there's people there for you. They're there, and your angels are guiding you towards them. Let's see what other messages. What else do your angels want to tell you, group one? I do feel like you're being guided to these connections. All right, see, one more message from, oh, okay. We had a lot come out, but one in particular flew out. So we're gonna go with nature. It says, sometimes all you need is to go outside, breathe the fresh air to remember who you are and where you want to be. I feel as though you're coming back to yourself. Your angels want you to know you're coming back to who you really were. You may have lost yourself. You may have been feeling disconnected from who you are. Maybe friends from your past, going out and spending time with people from your past might be very healing for this group, even more so. Also being in nature, but seeing your true nature and appreciating, remembering who you were before this, and also coming back into yourself in a new way. You know, as we mentioned, like before, you're growing, you're transforming from this situation, but you're also coming back to yourself in a way. You're returning back to yourself, but in a deeper sense. So I feel as those connections happening. If you are called to go outside to breathe fresh air, you may need to take some time to yourself in nature, to ground, to have, you know, sometimes too, like I will take a walk outside and I'll kind of just like chat to myself about stuff. I mean, that can be very therapeutic. You're not really talking to anybody, you're completely alone, but you're just kind of like chatting out to yourself, getting your thoughts out. You know, maybe you don't want to write all of these thoughts down, but just talking out loud and having that dialogue with yourself could be very refreshing too, or with somebody who you trust. All right, let's finish up with this oracle deck and see what other messages your angels want to share. Wow, that came out. Sanctuary. That, you know, they are really pushing. It's almost like a place in nature, or maybe you used to go out in nature a lot, but you just haven't been. And your angels are saying, like, find your sanctuary. You have to go back there. That's going to be very healing for you right now. They want you to be able to have time to yourself, to heal, to reflect. I just dropped a card. Let me pick it up. Oh my gosh. Union. Again, the message of union. All right, let's pull a card because I have some thoughts about why union's coming up again. Let's see. Let's see if another card can clarify union. What about union is so important for group ones? Beauty. I wonder if, okay, so I'm kind of getting the message too is like, you may be fearful that you won't find somebody else, or that you won't, like, they're saying you're going to find someone. So for those of you who this pertains to a romantic union or relationship that maybe is ending, they're saying someone who, and even if this is just other people, other connections, they see your true beauty, right? Find somebody, and you will find somebody, essentially. You'll find somebody who sees your beauty for you, for your true self, right? And your beauty. You don't have to change to get that approval from anybody else. So if there's somebody in your life who is saying, well, you know, I will only love you, for lack of a better word, you know, I will only be nice to you if you do what I want you to do. That's conditional love. That is somebody forcing you to be somebody you're not in order to receive their love. And that's not the union that your angels want for you. They're saying there is a union, unseen perhaps even. There are connections, friendships, people in your life who see how beautiful you truly are. Those are the people they are wanting you to connect with and go towards. They see the beauty in you. They see your unique beauty and what you have to offer. They know that there are people who will appreciate you for who you are. So there's a message here of remembering who you are, loving every part of yourself, and finding and only giving your time and your energy to those people who appreciate that about you. So maybe this situation has kind of taken you off that path, and however it may be. I mean, it's hard when you really care about somebody or you respect them and you put a lot of weight on what they say, but then they end up being hurtful and making you lose sight of yourself and your own inner confidence. Like, that could happen to anybody, no matter how confident or like self-assured you are. It's so easy for that to happen because people can be cruel, and we can, you know, lose ourselves in our love for other people. So ultimately your angels want me to give that message to you of remembering your true beauty, giving yourself sanctuary, like a safe place, feeling safe again with unions, connections, and people who appreciate you for who you are and everything that comes with it, your unique beauty, what you have to offer, without trying to change you. Okay, that's so important, is to be in a safe space and safe, like, relationships, connections, etc., where you can feel like your authentic self is welcome and you don't have to hide. So these are the messages for my group ones. I hope these messages were helpful to you. I am going to continue to send you healing energy as you transition out of this situation, this scenario, however it may be. And let me know in the comments below if you found this helpful. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate that so much. It's just a simple way to help my channel out. And if you are enjoying these readings, hit that subscribe button and join me for another reading, and join our family of celestial beings, of course. But that's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon. But bye for now. Hello, beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 2. I have your pile right here with the fluorite crystal on it. You can kind of see the green bands, but it is a very dark fluorite, but I like it. It's purple. It's like such a dark purple. All right, anyway, let's set your stone aside so we can dive into your tarot cards. We have Justice. Also Judgment in reverse. I am reading them facing you. Okay. 5 of Coins or Pentacles. The Tower in reverse. Wow, these are 3 major arcana cards already. And then we have the Ace of Cups. All right, there's some turmoil here that is like coming to a resolution for you. If you've been waiting for some fresh energy to restart, you're getting there. If not already, you may have already kind of like cycled through this time. But I'm seeing that with the Justice card, this turmoil, this feeling of imbalancement is ending in your favor. There seems to be also some confusion, almost like the clarity of the situation, the full conclusive finale, like the final result of something has not fully been revealed. You may feel from your perspective that things are still kind of unfair, not in your favor. However, and I feel as though there's also a lot of change happening for this group, a lot of challenges to, and even loss. Maybe this could be things like losing a job or maybe losing out on some money with the 5 of Coins, maybe some financial struggles, unexpected setbacks in that way. But there's challenges happening here for a greater purpose with the Judgment and the Tower, because these things it's almost like these things are redirecting you to regain balance in your life. your angels are kind of saying with these cards, like you've gotten maybe a little off course and leaning to maybe towards a certain area in life. Like maybe you've been just putting a lot of energy in one area, and these cards are kind of telling me that your angels are trying to swing the pendulum back so that things are more balanced, if that makes sense. With the Justice card, things are more balanced and in alignment. So it may not feel that way right now, though. It may feel like, what the heck, like, can't I catch a break kind of thing. But this kind of like feeling of like things are confusing, things are not turning out the way you wanted them to, ultimately at a very higher level, even at your soul level, your higher self is saying, actually, like, things are turning around, things are actually happening in your favor. Like, this is actually going to bring you, and you're even going to find some clarity and freedom from this. It's just, the thing is, it's happening beneath the surface right now. You can't really see the positive results to maybe this kind of like setback, like I mentioned. I do see with the Ace of Cups, though, there's a positive new beginning coming out of this, and a new start. And this new energy, it's gonna maybe be a little slow to, you know, catch up to you, because internally, again, with this, the Tower energy to me is very internalized. With it being in reverse, it could also be kind of happening beneath the surface, where you're dealing with a lot beneath the surface, but then on the, you know, to the outside person, maybe things don't really seem that bad, but it can feel as though you're kind of questioning everything you've been doing or you've been putting effort towards. And I do feel this is just a minor setback. It's probably, your angels are kind of saying it's not going to be as destructive as it seems, especially because justice is on your side. So really this is ending in your favor, or you're kind of reaching. And remember, with major arcana cards versus minor, which would be, the minor would be the Ace, the Five of Coins, the suit, the different suits and the face cards. Whereas these are major ones. So the energy of major arcana cards can kind of take a little while to cycle through, but your strongest major arcana card here is Justice. So this is why you know, beneath the surface, things kind of are maybe not gaining clarity yet for these things, but you will find that balance is being restored, that you're able to kind of maintain the balance. There's almost like a balance being, or I want to say like a conflict or a struggle between Judgment and Tower. And the Tower card is really a destructive energy, where things start falling away or falling apart in a way that seems, you know, out of control, but really it's more beneficial than it is harmful, because it's almost like when a storm tears up old trees and you know, knocks them over, because they didn't have a strong foundation to begin with. So they got uprooted. Now they've made way for new trees to grow. They're on the ground, they're decomposing, you know, they're being left, they're being forgotten. New trees are able to grow in their place and restore harmony and balance to the forest. That's kind of what the Tower is. You can even see there's a storm brewing on the Tower, and the Tower itself, you know, is typically unstable. It's burning down. It's, you know, at the same time, you could see in this one, this is Rapunzel escaping the Tower, right? So it's like she has to take a leap of faith out of the Tower in this imagery to escape, you know, something that was holding her back versus something that was worth sticking around, right? So that's really like the energy of the Tower versus, but it can feel very tumultuous. And then we have Judgment, which is all about gaining clarity, freedom, understanding. It's actually transcending and enlightenment. So gaining awareness and understanding. whereas it being in reverse feels very much like we're not really sure the deeper meaning to this yet, to this Five of Pentacles. We're not really seeing the higher purpose or the meaning behind this. It can also be a card of freedom and breaking through boundaries to reveal truths, you know. So it's also kind of Judgment Day, where the truth comes to realization, like the higher truth at a spiritual level. So really the fact that these are kind of working together, but they're surrounding the Five of Coins. So they're kind of talking to each other. And yeah, so those themes kind of are why I'm saying ultimately, you know, balance is being restored. Even though this kind of like energy is happening all beneath the surface, it will result in the Ace of Cups. I usually find too, after kind of a difficult scenario, we first kind of enter into the Ace of Cups before we can see major change. And that's because the Ace of Cups is all about getting our energy right a lot of the time. It can also represent inner happiness, success, and an abundance and overflowing of kind of love, new relationships. In this case, I do feel like it's kind of, because it is water energy, I feel like it's you getting internal energy realigned, feeling back in balance again, instead of, it's a very healing card as well. So getting your energy back aligned with your goals from an even higher perspective. So from a place of like deeper knowing of what you want, who you are at different levels, what you're capable of. You know, every time we go through something, a challenge, right, we learn something from it, and it can essentially aid us in our inner growth, which leads to, you know, outer growth ultimately. Okay, so let's keep going. Maybe that was a lot and it didn't make sense, but it made sense in my head. So, but we're gonna go to a oracle card next, because I'm sure your angels are like, let us tell you. Okay. Elegance. It is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom, be the swan on the water and glide. Oh, this is going right over here with the water energy of the Ace of Cups, because we're seeing now is a time from your angels energy right now. They're saying now is a time to go with the flow. Again, like I said, this is actually something serving you in the long run. It isn't going to be this, like, it's not a punishment, you know, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's a guidance. It's almost like redirecting you. I kind of mentioned in the beginning, like I feel like you're being redirected, and this kind of like nudge in a different direction, that maybe something else had to end or fall apart a little bit so that you could be kind of nudged in a different direction. And with elegance, it's saying just, you know, go with the flow, be, you know, the lotus waiting to bloom. It's effortless, you know, blooming for the lotus is very effortless. It just patiently waits. So there's this kind of energy of you're kind of, like I said, kind of getting aligned with your inner sense of calmness, of trust. Your angels are saying, like, there's nothing that you have to force or do. Just go with the flow right now. See where it takes you. See where the river takes you. Okay, what else do you want to tell? Okay, trust the process. This is metamorphosis. Trust the process and be patient. Becoming cannot be rushed. Change is beautiful. I mentioned there's a lot of changes happening for this group. You're changing. There's a metamorphosis happening, and you're coming out as a butterfly. Just trust the process. Again, go with the flow. Just be patient right now. I think that message coming through for you guys is your angels are like, you might be kind of trying to put all these pieces together and figure this out, or feel like you've been either putting too much energy in the wrong direction and that was a waste of time, or, you know, all these thoughts can come up when something doesn't work out the way we expect it. But your angels are saying, hey, you didn't waste any time. Just trust this. The whole process had to happen. You know, the whole thing had to happen for you to get to where you are right now. Give yourself a break. Let yourself go with the flow. Be in touch with your emotions and feel, you know, being aligned with your energy instead of trying to like push something to happen or like force something. All right, we have reflection. A lot of water, again with water, I kind of see the reflection with Ace of Cups. So they're letting you know, like, this is going to be, you're entering a time of reflection where you're able to kind of just take a step back and see, I almost feel like too, like this is a time of inaction where it's kind of better to let the energy kind of play itself out, and then learn, see what the lesson was, reflect, maybe think about how it made you feel, or like things that it brought up for you, how you've changed, how you've grown from the situation. I'm also kind of getting imagery of like your angels helping you to heal through meditation and through almost reflecting back to you some messages, some signs. Yeah, so I feel like they're letting you know that they're kind of helping you along the way with this whole process as well. All right, let's see. Any other messages? What messages am I missing for group? Protection. Oh, wow. There's also 2 swans again. We have the 2 swans here. So you may even find yourself seeing swans as a symbol of your angels being near you. Yeah, I feel like your angels can appear to you as swans. And they're protecting you. I think, you know, you may have felt recently like you've lost their protection because this is happening beneath the surface, right? Justice is your most powerful card here. And when I think of this too, this very much reminds me of kind of like a justice energy. Look, she has the sword, and then we have kind of like the balance of the 2 swans on either side. It just reminds me of also like legal, like that statue that's seen in like Quartz and stuff, where her eyes are, she has like a bandana over her eyes. I don't know. Anyway, and then they are always holding the scales too, which is a symbol of justice, and of Libra as well, which is the Justice card, is Libra's tarot card. So what I'm seeing this too is like literal justice is being done. Like you are, even if it has to do with a court case specifically, your angels are on your side with this. They are protecting you and making sure that everyone in this situation who you love is protected and watching over you throughout this. So I feel like this group needs a big deep breath of air to just kind of like relax also, because maybe you've lost a level of trust in whether or not your angels are helping you with this, but this is your sign that they are helping, that they are here for you. You're going through a lot of change, and unfortunately sometimes we want to just get to the other end, the other side of all this change, and we just can't, right? Like we have to just go through the process, just like the butterfly. It takes as long as it takes for the butterfly to become a butterfly. All right, let's finish up. Trust. That's what I was saying, right? This is your sign. This is the message to just trust. Take that deep breath, let it out. Like this is your sign. You're being protected, and trust that this is actually working out in your favor, group 2. All right, that's the message. I hope you guys resonate with that, because that is very promising for you guys. And I hope that was helpful for you to know. That's going to do it for this reading. Please, before you head out, comment down below. Let me know if you did resonate with this reading, if you found it helpful. I would love to know that. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you can join our family of social beings. and you could check out my next video. That's gonna do it for this reading though. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 3. I have your pile right here with the Chrysocolla on it. All right, so let's set your crystal right here so we can dive into your tarot cards first. We have the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, lots of swords already. All right, let's see what's going on here. The Chariot in reverse, so I am reading these facing you guys. And the Sun in reverse. Okay, so there's a lot on the horizon for you guys. There's a lot of positive things waiting to be unlocked. I do feel that this group is kind of needing to take a break, needing to pause, but this isn't gonna be for long, okay? You know, there's the Sun and the Chariot are kind of like waiting in the wings here. They're in reverse, but they're here for you. That means that there's some success, some direction, some intuitive action that's gonna kind of drive this group forward to really some probably reaching some manifestations here, reaching your goals, some big goals, right? Are like kind of waiting in the wings for this to sort itself out. And it's not a big deal. It's really not even like these major conflicts or issues, because really with the Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords, I'm seeing that you guys are kind of tired. You even energetically, you might just be kind of gearing up for this like new phase of action that's gonna be, it's kind of gonna sweep you up and take you with it very quickly. But right now you might be feeling kind of stuck. The Ace of Swords though tells me like, you know, you're just getting started. You've had some breakthroughs. These could be ideas, thoughts, communication that just is getting the ball rolling. But you might kind of, Eight of Swords kind of feels like where your head's at right now. You might feel like you don't have a way out, you know, you're thinking there are no options, you've exhausted options, or you just kind of like stuck. You can't really think of what to do next, like what's the next step. And your angels want you to know, like, actually you do have the next step. It's there. You do have a pathway forward. And of course, from our perspective, we don't see it. We're just like, you know, whenever I get the Eight of Swords, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I feel like every step or action that I think of is just the wrong one. You almost feel paralyzed with the Eight of Swords. It's like feeling like you're paralyzed and you don't know what to do next. And that's actually a good time to take the Four of Swords advice. And the Four of Swords advice is just take a nap, like rest. Rest your body, rest your mind. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you think about it too hard, you can't, your brain just stops working. It's like when you're trying to remember a song or someone's name or a movie title and you're like thinking and trying to figure it out. And if you just stop thinking for like a few seconds, be like, oh, I'll remember it later. It suddenly just like pops in your head, right? So that's kind of like what the Eight of Swords feels like, is you feel like there's no option. You feel like stuck. But here, what I'm seeing with you guys, your angels are kind of letting you know, like, there's really nothing preventing you except just time, just relaxing. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, you know, to figure out everything. You don't need to figure it out all out, but you are getting the direction. You are gaining clarity, okay? And you may even, so for example, for some of you, because I'm getting this message also with the Ace of Swords, is like, you might have an idea of what you want to do, but the clear direction and path to get there doesn't seem like it's happening, or doesn't seem like it can happen right now. And this is just temporary. I feel as though feel free to ask your angels too for their guidance specifically for what you want to do. ask them for help to kind of show you this way out of the Eight of Swords energy. But honestly, even if you were to do that, I really get the sense, especially with the Eight of Swords, that you're on the right track, and it's already begun. Like, it's like everything's already been set in motion. And when you hit this Chariot and Sun energy, that's saying like, you are going to see the light, you are going to see the path forward, you're going to get that like motivation and energy to like move forward with this. As soon as you get that, as soon as you're in that zone, you're just going to, you know, fly forward. You're just going to move at great speeds. But we can't always be in that energy. We can't always be in the sun where everything is, you know, in our favor and going perfectly. We can't always be in the Chariot where we are, you know, doing, going, and everything's working out perfectly, because we run out of energy, right? We have to take the good with the bad. We have to take the days and the nights and the sun and the rain, because that's how life is, and there's an ebb and flow, and it's important to our experience. So you're in an energy right now, currently moving out of it, you know, slowly moving out of it, gaining direction, gaining momentum. But remember that even because from your perspective, it may seem like you're in a stuck energy, it won't last forever. None of this energy ever lasts forever. Everything is always changing, which can be frustrating, but also can be a good thing too, right? Like, it is what it is, but sometimes we like it, and sometimes, you know, we wish it wouldn't change, but that's just the nature of life. So just, I feel like there's a reminder there from your angels too, of just like, just sit tight and enjoy this time to rest and like rejuvenate yourself, because once you get into this energy, it could be tiring, you know, and you're going to be glad that you took this time to really rest and, you know, reflect. Okay, action. See, this is happening right now. Okay. It says, stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. So is there something is there something you're hesitating about? Maybe you have the idea. Maybe for some of you, you know what that action is. Just take that first action. You know, you don't have to know the whole path ahead to take that first step forward. Like, maybe you are getting in your head too much. For those of you who know what that step is, just take one first step. And I do feel though, like, don't burn out. Like, you don't want to burn yourself out, but you may need to take a first step to start getting this ball rolling. Okay, so that's for some of you. Ooh, okay, we have 2 more cards came out, and it's Mercy. So, and it says, let compassion fill your world. Offer kindness to all living things. What you give, you also receive. And I'm just going to read the third one too. It says, destiny, acknowledge your mission. Align with your purpose. You have gifts to share with the world. I do feel like maybe the only thing blocking you is just a mental blockage that you can't do something, but you have so much to offer the world. You have so much. I feel like many of you could be healers or empathic and able to help others with your compassion and your purpose and your mission to do that. You're aligning with those gifts that you have, whatever they may be. And I'm sure it's different for everybody. But if you're worried, like I'm seeing here, like if you are worried that you're not up for the task, I feel like your angels want you to know, you know, don't waste your gifts. Don't you have something so special to offer. Your unique self has something to offer that nobody else can offer, and that's why you're here. And granted, like, to me, when I read this, I kind of see how I can get tired very easily. It can be very draining for me to do my work. But when I do these readings, I am so passionate about it and passionate about sharing these types of messages with everybody that I know sometimes I have to take an action. Like, I have to kind of push myself to take the action, even though I can be very, you know, drained or exhausted at times. So and I feel for you too, it's like, by sometimes taking these actions, you'll actually gain energy. Even though it feels exhausting to think about doing them, it'll actually bring to you more energy and more fulfillment than maybe what your ideas are kind of presenting to you. You know, like, we can get our heads about it instead of just like taking the action to do that. So your angels are backing you in doing, for those of you who already know this step forward, right? Because for some of you, maybe for some of you, it's saying when the action presents itself, like, don't hesitate, go for it. Movement creates the magic, right? Like, so you're in a place where you're not really sure what's going to be the next step, especially with the Eight of Swords. Like, things can seem like you're stuck, but even just taking any kind of action sometimes, any kind of movement within reason, don't push yourself, you know, is going to start this ball rolling and get the energy going. All right. So as soon as you see that way open up for you, take that first step forward. And they're even saying too, like, you can break the spell of the Eight of Swords that is kind of telling you you're stuck by taking any kind of action, right? Like, it could even just be a creative action. Surrender. So to a point, it's time to kind of let go of your preconceived notions of how things are going to turn out. And sometimes we have to just surrender to not knowing, right? Like, not knowing the future, but what can you do right now? Like, what is the small action right now? What is the small step? Even if it's just brainstorming and thinking or talking about it, communicating, putting, you know, like setting goals, writing them down, speaking them into existence, and then surrendering to where it's going to take you and being okay. Like, nobody knows, right? Like, none of us really know where it's going to lead us. Is it always going to lead to all success? No, but that's okay. That's okay too. And that's not just because, you know, just because one thing was a failure per se, like, doesn't mean that you should stop going, because failures teach you. Failures actually help us to grow, to then find new ways of doing things, to improve things. And really, your angels are like ready for you. They are waiting in the sidelines for you to start taking action, to then help to guide you, to propel you forward. Sometimes it's just like that initial step that is the hardest one. Balance. Okay, this is what I keep saying. You know, there's a special balance here between action and rest. Like I said, like, we can't just keep going. So it's important to maintain balance throughout and not get stuck in a resting mode or an inaction mode, but then also not pushing yourself and exhausting yourself, because the Four of Swords does represent feeling just like dead tired, you know, like really needing that, really needing rest. All right, we had a ton jump out, but I do just want one from my group 3's angels. What's your final message? Anything that group 3 needs to know? What's the final message here for group 3? Just one more card. It's really taking its time. I do feel like one wants to come out though. Let me try. Maybe we'll shuffle until we get the card. Okay. Thought. So we have surrender, balance, thought. I almost feel like the Ace of Swords is representing a thought, right? I feel as though the next, your direction forward is coming from a thought, right? Like, turn your thought into this action. Turn your thought into this next step. So you might be like, I don't know, I almost feel like your angels are also kind of communicating through your thought. Like, you can be a very deep thinker, and especially maybe now you just find yourself internally like thinking a lot. I feel as though listening for that inner thought that kind of like tells you like this is the thing is going to give you just that next step, the next step forward that you're needing to get this ball rolling so that you can start feeling that like momentum building up. Okay, group 3, that's gonna do it for your reading. I hope these were some helpful messages for you. Before you head out, please comment down below. Let me know if you did find this reading helpful, and give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel out, so I super appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our family of celestial beings. That's gonna do it for this reading, but I hope to see you back again soon. But bye for now. Hello, celestial beings who chose pile number 4. I have your pile right here with the Bumblebee Jasper on it. So I am going to set your stone aside. Let me keep it right there so you can see it. But let's dive into your tarot cards first. We have the 4 of Cups, the 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay. We have the Page of Coins or Pentacles in reverse. The Death card does not mean death, don't worry. I'm not going to predict your death by any means, but we will get into that. And then lastly, we have the Fool card in reverse. I'm just gonna try to straighten these out for you. Okay, so let's see. We have 4 of Cups, 3 of Cups, Page of Coins right in the center. So let's just start with the Death card, because that is a very powerful card. It's a major arcana. It is right side up, so it is in full force. And the Death card represents change. It represents something ending. So it could be something big. It could be a job. It could be a big change in your life. Maybe you're moving to a new place. Maybe you've ended a friendship. Maybe you've ended or felt like a big shift in yourself that has changed maybe who you're hanging out with the 3 of Cups. It may feel like just maybe even just kind of a feeling that a certain time in your life is changing and ending. With the 4 of Cups, it feels as though you are kind of mourning this change. Maybe you feel like you don't really know people at this new situation, location even. You may feel kind of like a loner right now, or unsure of who you're going to be hanging out with anymore. Maybe because you've left one situation, now you're in a new area that's, you don't really know many people. I feel like for some of you, you're also kind of, and again, your angels are with the 4 of Cups, your angels are kind of seeing that like you may be mourning this change. And although, you know, change can be good, ironically, speaking about change and death, my camera battery was dying, so I had to replace it. I had to change it. But yeah, this is, see, so the Fool card is in reverse, letting me know that you're kind of maybe even resistant to the change happening. But there's always positive and negatives to every change and transition, and your angels do want you to know, they recognize that like this is a difficult and challenging change to go through, and you may feel kind of like out of your element. You may feel like you're very uncertain of the future and uncertain of kind of where you're going, with the Fool being in reverse. The Fool is the 0 card in the tarot, in the major arcana aspect part of the tarot. And so there's like, you're starting fresh, like it feels like you're starting over, and you're mourning the past. You're mourning maybe friendships or connections that you've made. I feel like this could be like at a job, maybe your coworkers, you just feel kind of like an outcast, like the odd one out, or you just feel kind of like the new person almost, whether it's at school, at work, whatever that may be. I feel like it's just kind of this energy of feeling kind of like alone in this. But I do see, I kind of am getting like these 2 white elk surrounding her. I feel as though those are your angels, like right beside you on either side of you. So I'll just show you the card. Your angels are like right beside you, guiding you forward in this new beginning and wanting you to know like they're supporting you, and it will get easier, it will get better. The 4 of Cups has a similar messaging, where a lot of times with the 4 of Cups, we kind of only see the negative right now. You know, sometimes we just are in that mindset where we're really not seeing the positive. But it's important to not get too caught up in the negative of this change, because when we're so caught up in like what went wrong, we miss the opportunities that the universe is trying to hand to us. We miss out on them because we're just, you know, in the moment we miss out on them, not permanently, but we may miss a positive to this whole thing because we're just seeing the negative. A 4 of Cups is often kind of like a spilled milk kind of a scenario, where it's like crying over spilled milk. Like you can't do anything about it, but all you're seeing is like the glass half empty. And meanwhile, the universe is kind of behind you saying, hey, like over here, this is the great aspects of where you are right now. Like this is what we're trying to give you. We're trying to give you this gift. But we can be too busy, you know, focused on what was lost instead of what was gained. So just keep that message in mind. I feel like your angels want you to know that, and want you to know a fresh start is coming. Oh, we have manifestation came out right away. It says your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. So now is you're manifesting something really amazing. And when death happens while we're manifesting something, it means that this other thing had to go away. Like either you had to leave this scenario, you had to change jobs, you had to change situations, or something just had to end. Maybe you didn't even choose for this to end, it's just happening. But at some level, you're manifesting something else, and for whatever reason, from a higher perspective, this other thing had to end so you can manifest something great and bring that into your life. All right. And you're continuing to manifest as well. So don't forget to keep putting those dreams out there, keep setting those goals, setting those intentions, because you're pursuing something great, pursuing something really important. And that's why your angels are saying, hey, you're manifesting right now. Remember that desire and belief are your power. All right. Next we have Quest. Be bold and mighty forces will aid you. Take action. Good luck favors the brave. Wow. Your angels are like, you are on a journey. Your journey, you know, is gonna be difficult, but like, just be bold. Take this head on. Accept this change. This change is happening. It's out of your control now. It's just like, it's a big transition. And they're saying like, you know, if you're brave, if you take this head on, you're gonna get, you know, mighty forces are gonna aid you. They're gonna help you. So this is your angels, like I was saying before, are beside you, and they're like rooting for you and saying, come on, you've got this. We're gonna help you through this. Okay. Let's pull one more card from this oracle deck. Then we'll switch to the next one. Okay. Love. Listen to your heart. Embrace what makes you happy. There are 1 million reasons to love. So some of you are, maybe if you're leaving a relationship, you're or even wherever you're finding yourself, you're welcoming in some love, some romance is coming in for this group. If that's something you're you know, manifesting right now, you're trying to manifest a romantic relationship, but love is on your side. And I also feel with listen to your heart is like your heart can guide you through this transformation. With the Fool card, when it's in reverse, you may be resistant to this change, like I mentioned, or you may be not surrendering or giving this new start like its full potential. So I feel as though listen to your heart and kind of like trust where it guides you intuitively versus trying to overanalyze with your head too much, you know, where you're just like overthinking the past, I guess, and what led you to this change. It's almost like kind of like trust that your heart brought you to this place, embrace what makes you happy, and then just enjoy kind of the ride and where it takes you. All right, let's keep going. But for many of you, I feel like this is a love relationship coming in that you've made space for right now in your life. Okay, we've switched decks, so we're gonna finish up with this oracle deck. For any messages, did I miss any messages for group 4? Messages for group 4 from group 4's angels. They always have such a high perspective of things that, you know, they're not really biased or anything. They're just offering guidance. Especially, it must be so frustrating, right? Like for our angels to be like, we know everything's gonna be fine, like relax. That's not always the message in every case, but purity. I'm hearing with purity, like that you have this fresh start and this fresh outlook and approach to things. Like maybe you're starting over. I also feel like either you're blaming yourself or you may feel like you're at fault for this, and your angels are saying like, you're pure. You are not, you know, this is not on you. This is this fresh new start. You have the opportunity now to kind of like make space for a new manifestation coming in and freedom. Yeah, it's a complete escape, even maybe like starting over. You're going to feel this newfound freedom from this decision. I feel as though, you know, part of you might still be either doubting yourself, doubting your heart, but really like you made the right decision. You're free now. You have this new opportunities. Kind of like you just opened a door to so many new possibilities, and you're starting fresh. And lastly, we have innocence. Oh, I mentioned that. I mentioned that you might be feeling guilty about a situation or something, and your angels are kind of saying like, no, you're innocent. You're pure. Your heart is pure. Your heart was in a pure place. And also notice how there's like love here. Again, we have these two couples. So maybe you're starting over with your partner. Maybe both of you guys have kind of left behind familiarity to now move to this new place or something like that. But I feel as though this is a pure decision coming from the heart, coming from a good place. like you're guided from the right place and you've made the right decision, and now you're having this newfound freedom to really pursue something, or seeing new opportunities open up for you. All right, group 4, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I really hope these messages were helpful to you, and if they did resonate with you, I'd love to know. So if you don't mind commenting it down below, I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments and see what you thought. And if you are enjoying these readings, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our family of celestial beings. And don't leave before giving this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate that so much, and it helps my channel out so much. That's gonna do it for this reading though. I hope it was helpful, and I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now.